Hello, trading is closed on August 17th, 2020. Let's go over our calls. We have an announcement and then we'll make our predictions. First, of course, we have to keep the lawyers happy. This is my plan for tomorrow. If you want to risk money on it, do so at your own risk. I can't guarantee the predictions are going to be right. You can make your own predictions, just don't keep the reasons to yourself. Well, we looked for the pattern with the early low and the late high, and this is it. Tomorrow's pattern also has the early low. Here's what we said. We said, unless we gap up Monday, the odds are increasing. The rally is going to stall or reverse. Well, we gapped up, so that didn't happen. But after gapping up, we didn't accomplish very much. In fact, we closed under all these highs and all these highs, so this rally attempt so far didn't accomplish anything. When this pattern doesn't close near the high, it leads to trouble, and the catch is, if we gap and take this high out early, all the negativity goes away. MEJT didn't have a lot to say because there wasn't much going on. Did say these squiggles were going to retrace, and they all did. Let's talk about my announcement. I'm going to ask the viewers of my channel if there's interest in holding a webinar about the proper way to use the MEJT system. I'm getting an increasingly large numbers of questions while the market's open regarding the proper use of the system and the interpretation of the system. It's clear from the questions that the people who ask them aren't really using the system correctly. In fact, I had at one time a computer program, and the man who wrote the program told me he would get questions, and it was obvious to him as well that people just weren't using the system correctly. I'm perfectly willing to explain things to anyone who's purchased the book, but the volume of questions is it's consuming an increasingly amount of my time, and I have to go over the same material over and over again. It's becoming impractical for me. So I'm considering offering a webinar in which I go over the proper way to use the system. I could give a number of illustrative examples. People have questions, I can have all the time you want to answer them. If you're interested, email me. You can do it on this channel or at this address. Let me know a time and a registration fee that works for you. I don't want to have this while the market's open. I have to charge something because I'll have to go through a lot of rigmarole to set up a webinar. If there's interest, I'll do it. If I don't see enough interest by the end of the week, I plan to drop the idea. Thanks everybody, but it's just impractical for me to answer questions with the volume that they are coming in. And I think if I could just explain everything to everybody once, it would be a good deal for everyone. Okay. This is getting kind of hairy. Here's our big time trend line. We're right at it. If we gap down tomorrow, which hasn't happened yet, that's a major break. Of course, it could also hold. We don't know that. I don't like predicting what will happen overnight. But we are near the upper Bollinger Band on the monthly chart. Doesn't mean we have to stop right here, but usually any gains are going to be subdued because that's a major resistance area. Tomorrow's pattern has early low, doesn't mean you won't gap up. Today's pattern, it's normally positive when you don't close near the high and when prior highs can't hold on a closing basis. Lower prices should print tomorrow unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high. There's strong resistance here. Even if we do break through, I think the gains from here might be less than earth-shattering, uninspiring to say the least. So tomorrow has the early low. A big drop gets credibility. A reversal higher probably doesn't have much to offer. And if you want to have a webinar, let me know this week, because if I don't hear enough replies this week, I'm not going to put one together. That's today's call.